Hi guys, welcome back to 100% Mags. So I hope you're all staying safe and well out there. So Newcastle United, of course, take on Real Valoca at St James's Park, half 12 kickoff this coming Saturday. And of course, it's £20 adults, £10 concessions if there is still tickets available for the game. And of course, looking at Newcastle's side going into the game, we are going to be without our World Cup representatives, although Kieran Trippier and Callum Wilson are both back in training at Darsley Park. Also, the news on Alexander Isak and Emil Kraft are still continuing their rehabilitation from injuries, so are yet to play as well. And Matty Target, Carl Darlow, Matt Ritchie, and Paul Dummett all headed out to Riyadh with the squad during, of course, the winter pre-season, the winter tour in, of course, Saudi Arabia. But didn't feature, of course, with the exception of Dummett, though all were seen in training on Wednesday, and also taking part in the session at a snow-covered Darsley Park was, of course, none other than Chris Wood and Joe Linton, both players who came off with knocks in the game against Al Hilal in Riyadh, where we won the Dahari Season Cup. And of course, looking at Real Valoca as well, they also had a representative at the World Cup, their only representative at the World Cup, which was Pathé Cissé, of course, who played for Senegal. And on Saturday, so of course, Valoca held 1-1 in a friendly away to fellow La Liga side Real Sociedad. That followed a training camp, of course, in Turkey that included kickabouts against Fenerbahce, where they lost 3-1, and Galatasaray, where they won, of course, 1-0. Ex-Newcastle defender as well, Florent Lejeune, is on a season-long loan at Valoca from fellow Spanish side Alves, of course, where he moved to from Newcastle United. So maybe we might see fellow old boy Florent Lejeune get a run out against Newcastle on Saturday. Who knows? The referee for the game has not been confirmed as yet, but it's also news has been given on our Carabao Cup game against Bournemouth as well. We heard that the fourth round tie would be moved forward 24 hours. I know I'm a little late to the news on the Bournemouth one, but I thought I'd put it all into one video to save some time. And of course, that has been moved forward by 24 hours due to planned NHS strikes. Now, it's not the club's fault, and I fully agree with the NHS doing strikes. At the end of the day, they really do deserve to have a pay rise. They've been working hard during the pandemic, and they really deserve to have a pay rise. The people that I blame for, you know, Newcastle United fans and Bournemouth fans as well, finding out so late is none other than the AFL. They are the organisers for this cup. They are the organisers for the League Cup, or the Carabao Cup, if you want to call it that. And they are the organisers for it, so it entirely lands at the EFL's door here. The organisers themselves are the ones to blame for, this fixture not being announced earlier, that it was going to be moved forward 24 hours. They are the people to blame. So the game will now take place, of course, on Tuesday, the 20th of December at 7:45. Of course, instead of the 21st when it was going to be taking place. We've also seen other Carabao Cup games as well being moved around. Liverpool's been moved forward. Of course, 24 hours, in the Man United game has been moved backwards by 24 hours to be played on, of course, the 22nd instead of 21st when it was going to be played on. But as for our game, against Bournemouth, ours will be played on Tuesday, the 20th of December, 7:45 kickoff at the sold out St James's Park. Looking at, of course, the news circulating around the club at the moment as well, we have seen the usual pictures that we see at this time of year from Newcastle United's Twitter account, of course, of the players doing their rounds around the local hospitals. Course, the children's ward at the RVI, which is pretty close to St James's Park. Of course, we're seeing images of the first team there doing their rounds, but also this time included with the first team was also the women's team doing their rounds there as well alongside the first team, which is great to see. It's great to see the women's team getting involved as well, connecting with the community, because that is the whole point. At the end of the day, we are Newcastle United. We're united as one. So it's nice to see the women doing their rounds as well and spreading a little Christmas joy to the less fortunate at this time of year. It's perfect time to do it as well. There's a lot of people that are having some really bad times at the moment, especially with the cost of living crisis, which leads us on to the news as well from Newcastle United that our owners have done it once again. £150,000 donated to the Newcastle Westend Foodbank, and of course Newcastle United and Newcastle United Foundation coming together to launch a helping hand at Christmas, of course, which is a brilliant campaign to provide community support over the festive period. And of course, that entails that, of course, Newcastle United Foundation will open its doors for all to go in and enjoy some brilliant activities, communicate with people in the region as well, hopefully make some great friendships with people, that they have never met, be able to enjoy the warmth as well for quite a few people that at this moment in time can't even afford to put on their heating, can't even afford to run their electric in their houses because of this cost of living crisis that we're currently in. So this is great to see, that the owners are caring for the region, which we knew they were going to do this. Darren Neils as well coming out and talking about it as well with his statement saying this is a city that supports our club. So it's a chance for us to show our support for the city, and that is absolutely brilliant. That we have people in like Darren Neils, like these owners who care for this region, because we weren't getting that from the previous regime that was in charge at the club. And now we are seeing a brilliant time, ahead for not only Newcastle United, but like I said, before the takeover happened, that they would help regenerate this region, take this region to a level where we should be at. We are a fantastic region. We've done a lot over the years for this country, and it's brilliant to see, that now we've got some backing to help, regenerate this region, get some income back into this region as well, because the Newcastle Westend Foodbank is one of the largest food banks in, of course, the country, and that in itself tells you everything you need to know. That we have one of, if not the largest food banks in the country. That just shows you that this region really needs, a helping hand and a way to get back, to having some very substantial income coming into this region and helping this region to grow again. Of course, there is a volunteer scheme as well for club staff. So the club staff are going to help out, of course, with Newcastle United Foundation. They're going to help out with the food bank as well. So that's brilliant to see. It's nice to see that Newcastle United are connecting with the community, because at the end of the day, when Newcastle United's thriving, the city's thriving. And that is, the way it's always been here in the Northeast. If Newcastle United's thriving, then the city's thriving. And of course, we did see Gaddafi come out as well, saying Christmas is a special time of the year, but also a very difficult time for many out there. Please open your hearts to the ones less fortunate, and I fully agree with them. Words from Gaddafi. This is a very difficult time for quite a few people out there, even ones that are, in a situation where they do have quite a bit of money. It's still difficult for them, because they may be dealing with it in a different way to people, where they might have the money, they might not have people to communicate with, they might not have people to go and have Christmas dinner with. They might not have families or what have you, and that is why Newcastle United Foundation has opened its doors this Christmas period, to anybody who wants to go in and communicate, anybody that wants to go in and enjoy activities. There's going to be games on there. They're going to be playing football matches in there as well for people to watch the games as well. So that's going to be nice, for everybody that can take in that chance to go and, at the end of the day, get out there, enjoy, this Christmas period to the best of their ability, and try and lighten their spirits a little bit. And that's brilliant to see. I absolutely love that by Newcastle United, that they've done this. And of course, let us know your thoughts down in the comments below about everything said in this video today. Also, we take on, like I say, Bournemouth on the Tuesday, the 20th of December. So next time I'll see you all later, and how are the lads?